Beer here back at the Fantasy Bar, talking some baseball. Huge slate of games here on Tuesday night. We got 6 of my favorite plays for you on FanDuel and DraftKings. We've got stacks. We've got power spots. A great strikeout matchup for my favorite starting pitcher. Some buy lows, some values, and a first time for this entire season. What are we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the Fantasy Bar. Welcome in, guys. Tuesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Huge slate of games here on the docket for tonight. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out 6 of my favorite guys fresh off the tap here on FanDuel and DraftKings. Before we get into those plays for Tuesday night, do me a favor, hit that tip jar, and that is that thumbs up button. Let's see how many we can get on tonight's video, challenging you guys. Can we get to 200, 300? Only takes a second. If you enjoy the content, you're here to troll the content, you just accidentally clicked on it, whatever it may be, take a second, click that thumbs up button, subscribe, hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss any of the content. All right, real quick, weather. Only one spot looks a little dicey in Tampa Bay. Everything else looks like it should be good to go. All right, let's get rolling here for this Tuesday night slate. Let's start in the outfield with Byron Buxton of Minnesota. The Buxton really swinging a good stick right now. 3 multi-hit games for him in a row, 9 RBI for him over the last 4 as well. And this guy has generally hit lefties very well over the course of his career. Seeing the same story here in 2025, 453. The Woba so far, big 346 ISO. So some big time numbers here for Byron Buxton against lefties. And look at the hard hit data as well. It's not just the surface numbers. It's fueled by these numbers here, 72% hard contact rate and a near 17% barrel rate. Byron Buxton in a great spot here tonight against the Athletics. All right, let's get you a stack there with Minnesota, and let's attach the catcher with Ryan Jeffers. So absolutely love the Minnesota Twins stack here today. Good matchup against Lopez or that bullpen. Obviously a great hitting environment there in Sacramento. We also have the warmer temperatures, the winds blowing out. So all checks out very, very nicely here for this Twins team here. And we talk about stacking all the time with the catcher. If you can attach this spot, which is a very difficult spot, as we know, in DFS, especially at these kind of prices, or even if you want to use him as a high upside one-off play here tonight, I think there's plenty of ways you can deploy Ryan Jeffers with that power at a cheaper price point, under 4K on DraftKings, under 3,000 on FanDuel. And while we haven't seen the power yet, it was certainly there last season with a 256 ISO against lefties. The Woba is still there. So this guy productive against left-handed pitching. Woba at 392 here on the season. Cheap, power, great weather, and a great hitting environment. Ryan Jeffers, my favorite catcher here for Tuesday night. All right, the first time this season, and we haven't done this much over the course of the decade of doing the video, we're going to add a third piece from the Minnesota Twins at shortstop with Carlos Correa. Now, I try to spread it out for you guys, generally give you 2 pieces to get the stack started, but we are going to give you 3 pieces from Minnesota. Shows how much I love this spot for this team against the Athletics here tonight. We talked about the weather, we talked about the wind, and we'll get into some of the pitching stuff here in a minute, but it's Correa who leads this team in both Woba and ISO against lefties. Woba near 500 and an ISO over 400. We're talking among the league leaders in ISO against left-handed pitching, and you get that under 4,000 on DraftKings and under 3,000 here on FanDuel. Now Lopez, he has gone a few innings in some starts, but generally an opener. So I get your argument. What if they pull Lopez? He's the lefty. These guys hit righties pretty well, and this Athletics bullpen has the highest ERA in all of baseball at over 6. Have given up the most runs, the most hits. So it's an advantageous spot regardless. Take advantage here, especially with these prices on Jeffers and Carlos Correa. All right, we saved you on a couple bats so we could spend up at starting pitcher with Carlos Rodon of the Yankees. Now, Rodon pitching at a Cy Young level here on the season, especially of late, and I really like this spot for some strikeout upside tonight against Cleveland. But let's narrow down over the last 2 starts, 18 strikeouts in those 2 starts, went over 31 DraftKings points in both of those starts. That's now 4 starts on the season where he has gone for at least 31 DraftKings points. So huge upside here and worth every penny, in my opinion, on both sites. Cleveland has generally been a team that doesn't strike out a ton. We're seeing a different story this season, especially against lefties. 25% strikeout rate, bottom 10 in the league. And you look at that projected starting lineup, you talk about strikeout upside. 5 of these projected Cleveland bats sitting at 30% or higher strikeout rate against left-handed pitching. I think this screams double-digit strikeout upside here for Carlos Rodon. Save some money on the bats and spend up here in a dream matchup with the Cleveland Guardians. All right, let's go back to the outfield and save you some more on the bats so you can get Carlos Rodon in those lineups with Parker Meadows of Detroit. So Meadows returns from the injury list, puts up a massive number. We know the name of the game here. It's speed, it's power. This guy's going to put the ball in play. And look at the prices we are getting on Parker Meadows. I promise you, these prices will not last. So buy low here while we still have this opportunity, as those numbers are going to go up sooner rather than later. On the surface, okay against righties. Nothing really jumped off the page, but the matchup here is what we are after. Smith loves to use that four-seam fastball, and Meadows absolutely dominated that pitch last season. 403 WOBA and a big 312 ISO against the four-seam fastball from right-handed pitching. Smith, a low strikeout pitcher here, just 18% against left-handed hitters, giving up some hard contact as well at over 47%. And the surface numbers look good, but that is fueled by a 205 batting average on balls in play here. I think it's a sneaky good spot for the Tigers, and too cheap and a great buy low on Parker Meadows. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Tuesday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Very easy to play. You smash that thumbs up button, you head to the comment section, and you guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my highest scoring hitter. Doesn't have to be the Beast. Whichever one of the 5 bats I give you scores the most points, your guess is the closest to that number. You walk away with a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. All right, let's wrap it up with my favorite play for Tuesday night. You know, man, it's the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. One bat stood head and shoulders above the rest for me, and that is outfielder Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies, tonight's Beast of the Night. So great spot here tonight for Kyle Schwarber, who just continues to produce hits now in 5 straight games, 4th in all of baseball with 19 home runs here over the first couple months of the season. Doing it again against righties. This is every single year. This guy has crushed right-handed pitching. 383 WOBA this season, 256 the ISO, and hard contact rate over 70%. But the key here, and you guys should know by now, Rodon Francis takes the hill. We are going with lefties, and has been very productive for us this season. So not going to stop now. Look at these numbers for Rodon Francis against left-handed hitters. WOBA, 406 allowed. The power certainly there for lefties as well, with a 333 ISO, over 71% hard contact allowed, and that's on a 256 batting average on balls in play. So those numbers could be even worse. 12 home runs already surrendered to left-handed hitters here. An absolute smash spot for Kyle Schwarber, making him easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Tuesday 6-pack. As always, any comments, questions, or feedback, you can hit me up in the comment section right below the video or over on Twitter at Beermakersfan. Don't forget, get your guess in, a chance to win a free week of RotoGrinders Premium just for putting a number in the chat. We've made it super easy for you. Whichever one of my 5 bats scores the most DraftKings points and your guess is the closest, you're going to walk away with that free week of RotoGrinders Premium. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck on tonight's slate. Next video will be on Friday, but make sure you're checking out all the other great programming here on RotoGrinders.com. Thanks again, guys. Go win some money. Put a bet on Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run, and we will see.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on RotoGrinders.com/videos.